Thank you, Chairman. Now, so far we have been discussing more about the up to Cambrian Ordovician we have come. Now I will try to speak something about the quaternary events, quaternary to recent, Pleistocene and recent geological processes, which are more, which have got more bearing on the present day development and the natural disaster, even the water resources and the environmental systems, etc. So this is about, you know very well that the drainages are acting as pulse, just like doctors are judging your body by putting their putting their hands here and then try to judge the disease. You can now try to understand the dynamic movements of the earth by understanding the river systems. While the general architecture of the river systems or drainage systems gives subsurface lithology and the structures, their paths and the time series changes. The courses it takes, whatever modifications that are taking by the rivers in their paths, it tell about the recent tectonic movements. A lot of studies are being carried out in India, including the Western India and the Southern India and the northern part of the India in Ganges and other areas, but I would focus on South India and then try to shift the scenario to the whole of the Indian plate. Now this, in this particular study, the pattern and behavior of some of the South Indian rivers were studied using remote sensing, 14C dating, then archaeological dating, epigraphical dating, historical dating and Tamil literature dating. And so as to understand the total life history of the rivers, from there the geological processes, sedimentational or erosional or depositional or tectonic or whatever it is. The study has revealed a fascinating story that the whole Indian plate is whirling and fracturing like a earthworm. Now this is the study area, that is Mangalore in the entire southern part of the peninsula, Indian peninsula, Mangalore here, Chennai here and Cape Comorin here. This is a triangular piece of land, and then the Arabian Sea here and Bay of Bengal here. Now this is known by the Western Ghats orogeny, then the Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats orogeny is very steep, and then now this side it is very steep slope, and this side it's a very shallow slope, shallow low gradient slope. So that's why all the rivers that are flowing on the western side, they don't have their own fluvial history. They just simply dump the sediments, gush immediately into the sea. There is no youthful stage or mature stage or old stage, no sedimentational, erosional, depositional history which is supposed to be there as per the hierarchy. But the easterly flowing rivers like Palar, then the other river Ponnayar, then Kaveri, then another river Vellar, then Vaigai and Tamravani, all other easterly flowing rivers are fully evolved rivers with youthful stage, mature stage and old stage. They stand as a record of the quaternary geodynamics, of quaternary geological processes, which have totally turned to the concept of the natural resources survey and the natural disaster management of this part of the country. Now one river system we will deal, and then how the behavior of Kaveri's migration. Then from there we will try to extend the scenario to the whole of the Indian subcontinent. I will try to go as quick as possible because it's a very fascinating and a very long story. And the pattern of migration was, the Kaveri river was, this is Chennai, the Pondicherry, and then the Vedaranyam and Tiruchirappalli, where from I come. And she was also my student, that Sumitrega was my student there. And Hoganikal, it came all along up to Hoganikal, this point. From here, the river, one paleo channel is found. When it was studied using the satellite pictures, one arm was there, like that. There was another major paleochannel system seen here, that is about 200 kilometers down south. Then another paleochannel system, another old course is seen here, that is about 300 kilometers, and again completely bundles of paleochannels. This architecture shows that probably this river has earlier flown there, then left the trace and then come over here and flown in this part. They again further taken a turn here and then flown in this part. And then again further it has taken an anti-clockwise rotational migration. Now this is the paleochannel system number 1, that is from Ogonekal. It has made deep gorges here. This is the landscape picture, deep gorges, and again from here to here it is flowing over a stream. Now a misfit stream is flowing over there. Again here it has developed a very broad low bed delta and the paleochannel system. This only supplies huge quantum of water to the Madras city. Now this is the paleochannel system 1. This is Chennai city. This is the present day river, and then it has flown up to this point here. Now it's here. Now even in the sea, this is Bay of Bengal. Within Bay of Bengal there is a major very larger buried delta. It is a fan delta that has been located. No other river on the continental side, only the buried river is found. This is again further confirmation that this particular river might have earlier flown there. This has been proved geophysically also. This is a satellite data process to locate this delta, and again it was proved by geophysics. These are all the signatures. I am putting only the bits and pieces of information because of the time limit. And again after this is paleochannel system 2, that is number 2 paleochannel system. Here it has made deep gorges over which presently 2 rivers are flowing. One river is flowing this side, another river is flowing this side. And this arm is now misfit by the another river. So this is the second stream, second path along which this particular river seems to have flown. Now this river has, the tail end it has come and then flown like this and met over a big backwater. There was huge chains of backwaters. It was meeting there earlier, then again meeting here, and this is a present misfit stream. This is nowadays another river is flowing after this river has left this channel 2. Now this is paleochannel system number 3. After leaving this trace, it has taken an acute short turn, flown here and come back and then flown up to this point, nearly up to 260 to 350 kilometers. Then again it has flown in the north, further flown in the north, further seen in the north, further seen in the north, further seen in the north, like that. This is the architecture what you are seeing in this paleochannel system number 3. The entire area is invaded by the paleo river systems. Now you can see this paleochannel system. You see, this is the earlier it has flown here, it has flown here, it has flown here, it has flown there, it has flown there, it has flown there, it has flown there, like that. Now one thing is, one categorical information that has been brought out from here is the river has earlier flown northeasterly from this fulcrum, then again left the trace and then came over here to Pondicherry region, then again taken an acute turn and then come up to here and then gone up to southernmost part. Again it has taken an anti-clockwise rotational migration. System 1, system 2, system 3. It's a very fascinating story. It has taken place in an area of about 600 kilometers wider stretch. Then it has been, an attempt has been made to understand the period when this type of migration would have taken place. If it would have taken place long ago, then there is no significance of it. So now the paleochannel system number 1, here there are places called the Atrambakam, Vadamadurai, Pundi, and then Gadiyam and other places. In this area, ancient settlements were located. Stones, implements, tools and other things were excavated, and they were all dating to be around 500,000 years to 8,000 years BP. The rouleted wares, the earthen parts, the wooden parts, the unburials, different type of archaeological remains. They gave a date of about 500,000 years to 8,000 years. A flourishing river would have flown this part. Then again the 14C dating, geochronological dating, of course it shows an upper limiter only up to 8,000 years, 7,800 years. But the fluorine dating has shown up to 4,500 years. Then here fluorine dating, here fluorine dating here, fluorine dating here, and then the 14C dating put together everything, it ranges from 3,000 to 8,000 years. But some more historical dating we got it, that Ptolemy's visit, it suggests that 1800 years back this river has shifted towards south. And in one of the Tamil literature it was written that the king has transported his warriors through a ferry, but now the river is flowing towards south. This is related to a misfit river. That means this river has earlier might have flown from 500,000 years to about 3,000 years. After it has left this trace and come over here, this another river might have become misfit. This misfit river is also now migrating towards southerly. These are all the lower places in boulder conglomerate over which the river has developed three terraces, partly inside, partly reworked sediments on that. Only on the base of that, the Tamil Nadu Historical Society and our own group, we have validated that the age should be about 500,000, that is middle Pleistocene. These are all the Pleistocene boulder conglomerate which has been reworked and then again sedimented within, deposited in the downstream. Now in the second stage, if you see the paleochannel system number 2, this is the buried river. In this buried river, lot of unburials and Chiron circles were located. That means in those days, around 2,700 years to 2,300 years, the people did not lie. The people who were living more than 100 years, and the old immobile people were put in a big earthen pot, and some food grains were put, some water was put, and then they have been buried with partially opening the lid in the river alluvium, so that they get a chilling effect. Then once in a week or once in a fortnight, they used to go and open the lid and see. Once they were sure that they are dead, that they used to go it and bury it. These type of unburials were located in plenty. That age goes back to 2,700 to 2,300. That shows that this must have been the age. And again, there is a stone inscription here which suggests an age of about 2,300. There is a major French port. The French people were coming very frequently here, and there were a lot of intercontinental trade. That was also again about 2,700 years to 2,300 years. But there is one stone inscription which suggests the age of about 1,100 years to this. That may be because for this particular channel, which has again misfit over that, after this is leaving. One present the river is flowing, that is the age of it. So here, this channel number 2 is about 2,700 to 2,300 years. Now channel number 3, again the archaeological remains that have been located in the buried channels in this segment here and here and here and other places. This gave an age of about 2,300 years to 1,400 years, 2,300 years to 500 years, and 600 to 500. This we have excavated ourselves and they got published. And again, this part, it is the C14 dating we have carried out, that is from 1320 to 1960. That means, then again, literature date we have gulled out around 900 years. That means this channel, earlier it was flowing here, then slowly it has migrated and gone. That might have been from 2,300 to 1,400 years. So sum and substance, it's a big story. I am now telling a big story in a short span of time. Now this is the Kaveri might have flowed in this area around 500,000 years to 3,000 years. They again left the trace and then flown along this around 2,700 years to 2,300 years. Then again come over to this part around after 2,700 years, so 750 years it would have come and stabilized. Now this has prompted why this river might have behaved in such a way, that in a very recent geological period of 750 years. We started working over the reasons for the migration, why it would have migrated from path 1 to path 2. Normally rivers migrate from one place to other place either due to Coriolis force or tectonic movements or sea level changes or paleoflood cycle or storm surges or climatic variations or river piracy or lateral currents. These, you all know about these reasons. Now let us say which reason fits again. Here the Indian plate has been shifted from its original place to about 6,500 kilometers in a time frame of about 65 million years and got locked up with the Eurasian plate. around 60 million years, and after that, still the pressure is on, and the Himalaya has risen, but the India is not able to move further. The compressive force is on. As a result, there are a lot of whirling is taking place. Whirling and fracturing is taking place. Like this. These are all arches, deeps, arches, deeps, arches, deeps. Ups and downs and ups and downs and ups. Just like an earthworm, it is whirling right from Cape Comorin to the Himalayas. One such whirl is found here, which has not allowed the Kaveri river to go further. It has pushed the Kaveri river down south. This is what this week we named it as Mangalore-Chennai Arch. Here, the rivers that are flowing on the north of it, they are gradually migrating towards northerly, leaving their buried channels to the south. But Kaveri, which was earlier flowing from here, PCS1, has gradually migrated this way, this way. Even now it is rising to the tune of about 2 centimeters per year. GPS observations have been made over that. Now it has migrated because of this arching. Then caught hold of this path. Then from 2 to 3 of it, what has happened? From 2 to 3, there were two, 3 reasons, combination of all. That is, this is path number 2. There, because of the concavity, graben and the concavity, lot of sediment deposition were there, and these sediments were not allowing the river to push the water inside. That is number 1. Number 2 is, this area is hierarchically, for the past 3,000 years, this area is prone for storm surges, extensive storm surge prone activity. It has been recorded in the history, and it has been recorded in the literature, it has been recorded by India Meteorological Department. So the storm surge was not allowing the river to flow. That is reason number 2. The third is, because of this, when the buckling has taken certain level, after that the fracturing has taken place. Yesterday he was giving a nice lecture on the lineament and tectonics. Same is the quaternary lineament and tectonics. This is happening even today now. These have opened up like that. This drafted this river to come down. Then the river might have come down here. In addition, prior to Kaveri's coming here, one more river was flowing. It has gone and then pyrated and brought it. That means buckling and rise has drifted the river from here to here. Storm surges, then the sandbars here, and the opening up of the fault, and the river piracy would have drafted this river to PCS3. Then the PCS3, the northerly migration from here to here, it has migrated. The anti-clockwise migration from here, it has migrated to this place. Again about 150 kilometers. This has migrated because of the block faulting of these north-south faults. Again it is because of the plate collision and then the rising of the block with the hinge on this side. So this has drifted the river to go towards that side. So now under this scenario it has flown there, and then by buckling it has come down. By combination of several processes it has come down. Then again by rising it has gone back. Will it further migrate? That is the biggest question now. It suggests that it might migrate because this river was earlier flowing there, and this area is rising. It got little shifted. That area is north and south is rising. Since north and south is rising, this river is flowing with a struggle. Because of that, these fractures are opening. Either it can take this course, or it can take this course, or it can take this course. 3 courses we have predicted that it might move because of this complicated analogy, complicated quaternary tectonic scenario. Now, this is a story about the Kaveri river, which has opened up not many newer studies in southern part of the Indian peninsula. But now there are a number of rivers that have been studied subsequently on the basis of Kaveri's migration. Saraswati has been studied earlier, but Saraswati has not been studied to this much extent in India. We are going to take it up now. But this migratory melodrama of this particular river Kaveri has given enormous amount of newer information on the post-collision tectonics of the peninsular India, which is controlling the earthquake, seismic tremors, suicidal wells, soil erosion, and landslides, the modification of the groundwater flow. A scenario has totally changed because of that. Now, in addition to this, you can see Vaigai has, this Vaigai river has again the one more river, I will show, not many rivers, only one more. That is, the sea was up to here, then it has created a delta, then the sea has receded because of the another buckling. This is the second arch we have shown. As a result, the river has extended with a low bed delta. Then again it has extended. Again a big low bed delta has developed. So this is again because of the buckling effect. Now, leaving this story, Kaveri's story as a basic information, if you see the rivers, about in 4,000 places we have located these type of drainage anomalies, like that north-south faults, and then these eyed drainages, and then this S-shaped drainages with eyed pattern, then compressed meanders like that, In 4,000 places, they all suggest the vertical block faulting, north-south block faulting, then sinistral faulting of northeast southwest, textile faulting because of the drainages, then again similar type of movements in Deccan traps in Saurashtra, then entire migration of rivers in the western India, and then the resultant rise of Himalayas like that.
Your time is up, Dr.
Yeah, I will
Ramasamy.
just close it. I will close it
Okay.
now. Now this is the alert quaternary tectonic picture that has been brought out on the basis of this. That is because this area is rising, and this area is going down, and these faults are opening up. North-south faults are opening up, northeast-southwest faults are sinistrally moving, and these are texturally moving. Now, this tectonic movement is seen the whole country. The whole country, you are seeing this picture, and phenomenally aberrating and migrating these river systems. Now, this concept is becoming gradually popular in Indian peninsula because the rivers are controlled by these tectonic movements, vice versa. The coastal areas are changing. The backwaters are shrinking, coastal erosions are taking place, reservoirs are getting choked here, seismicities are occurring, and many. So now this is one story that has been done to a very larger magnitude. I thought since the time is very short, I have galloped faster and then told about how a river system could be kept as a guide in understanding the total modern geological history. Let us say the quaternary geological history from 1.67 million years to today. Even now these tectonic movements are taking place which were not known earlier. Thank you.